Coffee on a Tuesday in Block 35. So there's a way to use hashtags to categorize tweets or messages so that they show up more easily in searches. But I don't ever use hashtags like that. There are amazing political consequences to hashtags, fast and easy ways to communicate, to find information on a particular subject or event, like a riot or a revolution. But I don't ever use hashtags like that either. The hashtag was thriving when I came to it. People were already using it for all those democratizing reasons I just mentioned, as a way of networking or advocating. But the networking function of hashtags never really interested me. But I noticed that people were using hashtags in other ways too, to express sarcasm or wit or inner monologue or self-deprecation. And I thought, I can get into that. The first hashtag I ever used was on an Instagram photo I took in LA of a man who was dressed up as a yellow transformer who was, done with his day just walking home from work in his costume. My caption was, "Melancholy Transformer. Hashtag save yourself." So at the expense of murdering comedy by analyzing it, I was making a joke here about a man whose job seemed to be to dress up in a bulky Transformers costume and walk around the streets of LA. And he didn't seem too happy about it. And hashtag save yourself is just a way of saying, you can do better than this, guy. Just for a moment, let's disregard all the ridiculous assumptions I'm making about this guy's life who I know nothing about, who very well might love his job, who may very well just have gotten back from Transformers Con, who very well might have a perfectly normal fetish for dressing up as Bumblebee, who may very well be a transforming android. Now, I could have just said, save yourself, no hashtag, and the message I was trying to convey about this guy's life would have gotten across. What I'm interested in is whether or not the addition of a hashtag adds any literary value to the sentiment. And I think it does. I was mocking, but at the same time borrowing the intended function of hashtags as a means to connect our expression in order to add a layer of subtext to the comment. Instead of just telling this guy to get a life, I was making like the hashtag save yourself grouping already existed, that it was trending. People were adding to it as a way to infer that this ridiculous thing is only one example of millions of similarly ridiculous things. Maybe even a ridiculous thing that you do. With the hashtag, you invoke the community even when the community isn't there. Of course, I wasn't thinking this out as I did it, and the only way that I learned the literary way of using hashtags is by seeing other people do it first. And there are many other ways to use hashtags dramatically. To express self-deprecation, or inner monologue, or insecurity. I find it fascinating that we can't help but repurpose everything we see into stories, even metadata. Pshaw, metadata and your functions. We will take your metadata and make it into drama. We are an expressive race, to say the least of it, and it's no surprise to me that Twitter caught on like it did. It's no surprise the effect it's already had on the world. And it's no surprise that we figured out how to make little messages into big messages without ever changing the character count. Hey everyone, End Screen Evan here. So I wanted to let you know that we did a story last week on Lean Forward about the 1-year anniversary of Occupy Wall Street, which I put on my Facebook page, and I'll put the link in the doobly-doo. So from now on, that's where I'm going to put the links to videos or stories that I do on MSNBC. Besides that, check out 52 Books, 52 Weeks. Don't forget to follow me on Tumblr there. And hashtag goodbye.